Welcome to my seventh presentation for the team of purchase and contracts. The subject is, are you negotiating 23 commercial clauses comprehensively in your supply, installation, testing and commissioning related contracts? Overall, this is my 81st presentation considering all the YouTube presentations that I have made so far. Now, this is primarily about the implications which will be there on the commercial aspects in case these clauses are not negotiated comprehensively. Now, I plan to include five different kind of topics. There are clauses related to the insurance and indemnification. There are clauses related to the communication and reporting, 3 numbers. Temporary facilities and utilities related, 5 numbers. Performance bank related, 5 numbers. And statutory clearance and compliance related, 5 numbers. So these are applicable to any kind of contracts, be it engineering industry, construction, or any other manufacturing industry. Insurance and indemnification. Here broadly, what I'll be covering different kind of insurances policies that need to be taken, and the liabilities and the sum assured, etc. Now, type of policies to be taken and responsibility is to be negotiated with the contractor. These are, for example, contracted all risk car insurance policies, workman compensation insurance policies, employees liability insurance policies, public liability insurance policies, professional indemnity insurance policies, plant and machinery insurance policies, metal and transit insurance policies, fire and allied peril insurance policies, third party liability insurance policies, and environmental liability insurance policies. There could be more depending on the kind of project. Now, what is the scope of and what are the coverages? These are indicated in one liner statements against each type of policies. Other responsibilities which need to be negotiated with the contractors are responsibilities for lodging of the claims related to the above policies and arranging claim survey. This is generally a gray area. 3. Responsibility for timely payment of premium cost. 4. Indemnification clauses that protect against loss, and responsibility for updating the sum insured, policy extension, and coordinating recovery of the insurance claims. Based on my own hands-on experience, I personally feel that this particularly clause number 5 is very important, and in case this sum insured or risk coverages are not appropriately spelled out in the policy, there is a possibility of claim getting rejected. Second point is related to the communication and reporting. 3 clauses to be negotiated thoroughly. These are regular progress reporting requirement, which includes submission of the weekly and monthly progress reports covering milestones, site activities, and potential delays, and includes visual documentation such as photographs or video walkthroughs. 2. Second, communication and protocols and designated points of contacts need to be negotiated very clearly for on either side, that is the company side and the contractor side, and establishing a single point of contact for each project discipline, and setting up regular coordination meeting, which could be weekly or fortnightly, etc. And thirdly, documentation and record keeping standards. What are these to be maintained by the contractor, whether physical or digital records, and implementing version control of these documents to track changes with respect to the project plans, drawings, and contracts. Temporary facilities and utilities. Again, very important point, and these must be discussed threadbare to the last point, and this includes deciding, negotiating and deciding responsibilities for arranging power from the external sources or generating sets and power distribution to other site contractors, and recovery rates methodology of for recovery from other contractors in case it is being done by the prime contractor. 2. Responsibility for arranging fuel or Wi-Fi, etc., or water, etc., from various sources and distribution arrangements to other project site contractors. This is important, particularly in the context of for the construction water. Responsibility for providing scaffolding and material handling equipment to subcontractors and recovery rates and methodology for recovery, responsibility for providing labor settlements at the site and supply of electricity, drinking water, food, sanitation arrangements, etc., and cost thereof, and responsibility for providing the labor settlements at the site and supplying electricity, drinking water, and food, sanitation, etc. I think this is a repeat point. Performance bank guarantee, another very very important point. This is to cover the any possibilities of the risk to the assets, which in this case is financial, and vulnerabilities. So here, performance bank guarantee, there are 5 points which must be negotiated thoroughly. One is the requirement for the performance bank guarantee. Now let me go back to this. This risks are not only with respect to the advance payment but also with respect to the performance bank guarantee. Here I am talking mostly about the performance bank guarantee. Requirement for the performance bank guarantees must be negotiated. Amount, currency, contents, and duration of the performance bank guarantee needs to be negotiated. And names and location of for the issuing banks for performance bank guarantee, particularly for overseas based contractors, and endorsement from local corresponding banks in the state or city where the project is located. This is a very very important point based on my experience, because in case you have got performance bank guarantee originating from overseas bank with no corresponding bank in your country where the project is located, it is very difficult to lodge that performance bank guarantee. Fifth, advance notice for seeking extension and cost for obtaining an extension of performance bank guarantee before it is enforced. These clauses, they need to be very clearly negotiated. Statutory clearances and compliances which are there with respect to the project under execution. You need to negotiate what kind of role will be performed by the contractor and what kind of role will be performed by the client, as you as a company, as a client. Now, this broadly includes responsibility for obtaining necessary licenses, permits, and clearances and permits, compliances with applicable statutory regulations, documentation of approvals and inspections, responsibility for dealing with the site inspectors, and responsibility to show cause notices, who will do all that, and day-to-day maintaining statutory registers and records or documentation as per the regulation of the country where the project is located. There can be large number of statutory acts which are not listed here, and it can run into several numbers. Now, want to master the contract negotiation strategies to enhance the skills of the professionals, and Udemy course was launched by me on contract negotiations on 27 December 24, and given below is the status as of 20th March 24, and this is improving every day. As on 20th March, there are 4,275 course enrollments with a 4.8 rating by 51 students, and link is given here, and there are 83,325 the number of views on the 6 blogs which are purely related to this course, which are there on my YouTube, which you can always view freely. And there are 80 blogs which have been posted, which include business ethics, topics in business ethics, which is my passion, and there are 11.96 lakhs views and 20,594 watch hours for these 80 vlogs. Then on my website there are 9,455 number of clicks which are there on the 6 blogs on my website related to this course, and there are overall 52,433 clicks which are there on various topics on the business ethics, which that means that the students and the professional community at large is liking this. Now I am giving below some links for my YouTube and ethical processes website, which you can always watch, view at your leisure. And thank you very much and happy learning.